Thanks for watching Magnum.media, KQEG TV, Channel 23, La Crescent, La Crosse, and WEZY-LP, Sparta, Toma. It's time for the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight, the Onalaska Hilltoppers and the Aquinas Blue Golds. The KQEG TV High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business. Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish, Funeral and Cremation Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Battery Mart, with batteries for your car, boat, snowmobile, lawnmower, even your snowblower. Battery Mart, in the industrial park below Gunderson. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Blaschke Schneider Funeral Homes, serving the Cooley region for over 90 years. Fiesta Mexicana on La Crosse's south side. For great Mexican food, made fresh daily, make it Fiesta Mexicana. Tech Mobile Software, creating software for business and service organizations nationwide. Citizen State Bank, a banking experience like no other, with locations in La Crosse and Onalaska. Kirchner Custom Builders, for residential and commercial building. Call Kirchner Custom Builders. And Bacalar Sausage, making quality sausage products since 1935. Now let's go courtside at Aquinas High School with KQEG's Art Fay and Dan Dykert.
Once again, good evening and welcome to high school boys basketball on KQEG TV. KQEGTV.com. Tonight, we are at the Onalaska High School for the Hilltoppers, the Aquinas Blue Golds. Both boys teams warming up on the floor as we speak. Along with Art Fay, I'm Dan Dykert. Art, welcome to Onalaska. This one should be kind of interesting.
It should be. I mean, one thing with this area of the state, we've been blessed with some wonderful basketball teams, both on the boys and the girls side. And we're getting an opportunity tonight to see Onalaska ranked number 1 in Division II and taking on the Aquinas Blue Golds, who are coming in here with a record of 1-5. They are 5-9 overall.
Aquinas averaging 40.9 points a game, totally dismantled by Toma the other night. Matter of fact, Toma forced 17 straight turnovers and converted points on every single one of them in a blowout against Aquinas, who was coming in being led by Quinn Muskowski, 11.2 points a game, Gavin Weltzel, 10.5 a game, and Joseph Salvadelli averaging 9.2 points a game. You know, Art, I got to looking at something here. This is the time of the year when head coaches, they're not going to tell their kids this, but deep in the back of your minds, you start looking at the rest of your schedule because you want to start looking at what possible seeding you're going to get in the high school boys basketball tournament, which is right here around the corner. If you take tonight's game away against Onalaska, who obviously 9 in a row and ranked number 1, and then turn around and play La Crosse Central on Tuesday, your rest of your schedule is kind of formidable. You've got Waverly Shell Rock of Iowa, who's only won 2 games this year. Arcadia's 0-6, Holman's 2-4. You want to get back at Toma 4-2, and then you end with 2-4 Logan and 1-4 Sparta. I mean, if they can muster up maybe a win here, Oregon Central, or keep the spirits high, they've got a good chance to end the season above 500.
They could, and they could come out of this thing, being seated somewhere in that mid-range, and you go in the tournament, you got some pretty good shots at teams.
Well, that's one thing that I'm going to be watching here tonight, and especially when they take on 4-1 Central coming up here on a Tuesday night. For the Onalaska hot Hilltopper high school basketball team, they've won 9 in a row. They're 13-1. Matter of fact, last Monday, they received 7 of 8 first-place votes in Division II. They beat Chippewa Falls. They beat Holman last week, still 1 spot ahead of Central in the MVC. Red Raiders are tied with Seymour at number 2 in the division. Again, this is like talking about the last game that Art Fay and I did. We did on Aquinas girls. When your top 3 studs are all averaging double figures, Stutley at 14-8, Arns 13-2, Kick 11-0, that's tough to defend all 3.
Well, they come in here when you got players that can do that. It makes it a lot of options. If one gets stopped, you can go to another kid. And there's a lot of kids that play and a lot of kids that score for the Hilltoppers. They're averaging 72 points a game on the offensive side, giving up only 47. So, there's quite a margin of win there, and it just tells you how powerful they can be on the offensive and stingy on the defensive side.
And then you look at the rest of the schedule here. I think one of the things Onalaska may be looking at doing tonight, get up big by halftime and start resting some of your starters. They've got a huge game at UW La Crosse tomorrow night, the Wisconsin versus Minnesota border battle against a tough Lakeville North team.
They do, and that's quite a featured event, that's coming in here. Joe Barron sent us a little one page on the event. There's 5 games being played at La Crosse Central starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then at 6:15 things shift over to UWL, and you got Central and Minnehaha and Onalaska and Lakeville North. And those 2 games, Minnehaha featuring one of the top players in the country. A young man named Suggs. And then Onalaska takes on Lakeville North. 2 tough games, but like I said at the very start, we got some teams here in the Mississippi Valley Conference that are some of the best in the state.
3 challenges coming up here on Onalaska's rest of their schedule. Valentine's, they've got 4-2 Toma. 4 days later, they've got 4-1 La Crosse Central, who's going to be hungry to beat them, who took away their number 1 ranking. And then you've got tough Sun Prairie. What a game to have just before the tournament comes out at 9-2.
Exactly, and it's going to be, not an easy run here for both these clubs. I mean, they got some challenges facing them.
Art Fahey, Dan Diker. When we come back, we're going to get set the stage for tonight's ball game. It's boys, Hilltoppers, Blue Golds next. KQEG TV, KQEGTV.com.
The thing I'm most proud of when I think about our company is the reputation that we've been able to build in this community. Our technicians have done a great job going out and performing magnificent jobs for the customer. And our customers have rewarded us with some really great reviews online.
We have over 150 5-star reviews online right now. Our technicians do a great job out there, and our reviews show it.
We can say without hesitation, when you choose Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, you'll be glad you did.
Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse, Reed and Chelsea with you. Valentine's Day coming up here, guys. Chelsea?
Yes. So, since it's Valentine's Day, I think it would be very good to say things that we love about each other. You go first.
Okay. In all honesty, you're very patient. I like your eyes.
Okay. I like that you warm up my seat in the morning in the studio, if you know what I'm saying.
Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse.
Welcome back, boys. High school basketball, Mississippi Valley style here on KQEG TV, KQEGTV.com. Along with Art Fahey. I love doing games with that guy. I tell you what, I really do.
It's fun to be down here.
I'm Dan Diker. Thanks for joining us tonight. Number 1 Onalaska. They've only been number 1 in D2 for about a week and a half now. They are on a roll. 9 games in a row. Art, this late in the season, you've won 9 in a row. Things are clicking.
They really are, and you take a look at their lineup here. They got some kids that you don't hear much about, like Gavin McGrath, but he comes in here averaging about 7 points a game, and he's 6'11". Do you ever hear about him much? No, but he's a factor, a definite factor.
We were talking as the lineups are coming out. We'll get them to you here in a minute. The last time I can remember doing a game here at Onalaska where they were ranked number 1 was back in the Joe Thomas days 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. And he was the talk of the entire area. Who on Onalaska, Art, is being talked about college-wise now?
And that's what's interesting. Just who are these teams? Are getting looked at. We just really don't know. We just don't hear much about it. But they're out there, and they're got to be coaches that would like to have these young men on their floor next year.
Well, they're getting it done again, winning 9 in a row. They are 13-1 overall and 6-0 in the MVC. So starting things off for the Aquinas Blue Goals, again coming in 5-9, 1-5 of the conference, is number 4, Gavin Wetzel, and number 5, Chris Wilson. That's going to be your backcourt. Play the number 3 position, Quinn Muskowski, number 12. Jackson Flottmeyer is number 14. And Joe Salvadelli, one of their leading scorers, he comes in with number 22. Looking at the Onalaska boys, and they've got some height, they've got speed, they've got pretty much everything you want to have. Carson Arntz, his 6'5 senior, will be the first one let out on the floor. How about number 3, Terrell Stutley, leading scorer, 6'5 senior. Next out is Sam Kick. He's their third leading scorer. He's a 6'2 junior. He'll be back, obviously, next year. Next out, 6' senior Dakota Mantle. And finally, Onalaska is going to be countering Aquinas with number 13, a 6'11 junior, Gavin McGrath. And I tell you what, Art, you really hit it on the head. Me being tall when I was growing up, I was 6'3 as a freshman. Now, back in the 70s and 80s, that was unheard of. I mean, I was a gargantuan. You bring someone that's 6'11 on the floor that it doesn't matter what he scores, he can alter what you do offensively almost every trip down the floor.
You can't be going in the lane because at the end of that rainbow, there's going to be McGrath at 6'11. He's going to swat a few things away. And Stutley we talked about, he's at 6'5". He's really the third Stutley to come through the Onalaska program. He had 2 sisters that were really good.
Tara was one of them, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah. Opening tip's going to be controlled by Aquinas. Usually at the end of a rainbow, you find the Lucky Charm guy. At the end of his rainbow, you find a big hand. Going to get a jump ball right off the bat. Turnover is going to go over to the Onalaska Hilltoppers. Early on in this one, 17:47 to go. And Onalaska, let's see what they do right off the bat.
Now, the low-scoring game would work in the advantage of Aquinas. They're only averaging 44 points a game on offense, so I'm sure the Blue Golds are looking to try to slow this one down a little bit.
Aquinas looks like they're in an old-school 2-1-2. They're not. They're in a 2-3. Stutley underneath going to have his first shot up, missed. Second one, missed. And the big man is going to go to the line, Gavin McGrath. All 6'11 of him was fouled there. And our first free throw attempts of the night are going to be coming underway. Joe Salvadelli is going to be called for the foul. That will be his first and the team's first. First free throw is in and out, no good by McGrath. Second one splashes home. He's got his first points of the night. And Onalaska scores first, up 1-0. And look at this full court press now by Onalaska, Art.
And that's something that Hilltoppers really have done. It's characteristic of what they've done over a lot of years and under the head coach, Craig Cowell.
Powering his way to the basket was Gavin Wetzel that time. That'll be his first points of the night. Aquinas takes a 2-1 lead. One thing I really like watching Stutley do on defense, Art, is he comes in at 6'5", but he is so long, and the way he can just extend himself is there's going to be a good baseline drive and a 2 by Sam Kick. Is Stutley can make himself like he's 6'10" on defense.
He can. He's a really strong kid. He's smart. He knows how to position himself, and he does a great job both on ends of the floor. First meeting between these two teams, Aquinas lost that one by a score of 75-37, and that was about a month and a half ago.
Flottmeyer had a great baseline drive there as they broke that press again. He just had the ball spin out of his hands, so that's why they had to reset the offense. 3-2 our score. Onalaska up in the early goings. There's that throttling defense that Stutley will play.
Well, and there was some good, strong move. Gavin Wetzel's he's a strong kid, and he was backing down Sam Kick, and Kick got called for the foul.
And he did that when he just scored on that other possession. He did the same thing. The thing is, though, with Chris Wilson is Gavin Wetzel, he's got to watch those elbows, though, the way he was kind of driving in on Kick, who picks up his first foul. 15:50 to go. Salvadelli trying to find somewhere to go with the ball. Right over the top of the 6'11" McGrath goes Wetzel. Shot no good. Here come the Blue Golds. Again, going up against a 2-3 Stutley baseline. He'll kick it back out.
Good look.
Carson Arts, nice job. Looked like he was going to bury that three at first. Took his defender off his heels, readjusted, repositioned, and buried it. They're up 5-2.
Yeah, Carson Arns, another family name here at Onalaska that's played a lot of basketball amongst the young boys and girls.
Now, who was the Arns that played back in the Joe Thomas days?
That was Nick.
Nick, that's right.
And he's on the bench now as an assistant coach for Craig Cole.
Ball was tapped out of bounds, and Aquinas will inbound under their own basket, trailing 5-2 with 15:12 to go. Ball's going to be tapped out of bounds by Dakota Mantle.
Tony Mueller, the official, and his team here tonight calling this game. A man from Logan.
Top of the key goes Muskowski. On the dribble drive, going to get it knocked away by Kick. He'll recover. And a quick timeout will be called by Aquinas head basketball coach Brad Reinert. You've got a whole host of sponsors that are helping us bring the broadcast tonight, Art.
Yes, sir. Helping bring this high school basketball night is Schumacher Kish Funeral Homes and Cremation Services, serving the La Crosse area for over 50 years. Traditional service or prearranged funeral plans. This company know they'll be here when you need them. Schumacher Kish with La Crosse and La Crescent and Onalaska locations.
5-2 is our score. Just a quick 30-second timeout being called by Aquinas head coach Brad Reinert. Again, Onalaska, I know that they'd sure like to rest some of these players before the big contest they've got against Lakeville North tomorrow. And, you know, Art and I have talked a couple of games in a row, the luxury of having such good boys and girls basketball teams in this area, Art. I mean, first is start of the Midwest Players Classic at the La Crosse Center. Now we've got this border battle going on. That just shows how rich basketball is in western Wisconsin.
Well, it is, and you've got coaches here that are here to ready to promote this. And they've got the attention of a lot of schools around the area to bring in tough competition and see some top-level players.
Wetzel buried the 10-footer. His team now trails 5-4. Aquinas doing a pretty good job on this 2-3 defense here in the early going. McGrath had no place to go. McGrath will hit that three if he has to. Parents wanted a foul against Wetzel. McGrath's three, no good. Stutley stays with a rebound. Offensively, left side, good.
What an athletic move by Stutley to get that rebound.
7-4, Stutley's first basket of the game. He averages close to 15 a contest.
And a little aggressive in the backcourt. Stutley will pick up his first foul.
Be team foul number 2 against the Onalaska Hilltoppers. Again, coming in 13-1, undefeated in the conference. And again, they've got some big games coming up. Toma is one you can't rest on your laurels. They've got Central again, who would love some redemption after that loss a couple of weeks ago. And then a very tough Sun Prairie team towards the end of the season, traveling going to be called against Wetzel.
Yeah, Wetzel at 6'2" is going up against McGrath, and he's not afraid to take him on. But, boy, at 6'2" against 6'11", you got to know what you're going to be able to do inside there when he's working with some baby hooks.
13:45 to go, 7-4. Count that basket up was... I think that was Kick with the, or excuse me, that was Carson Arns with his second basket of the game. Count it, 7-4.
Just like that, Joseph Salvadelli picks up his second foul.
And that's the team's leading scorer.
Yeah, it's probably going to be coming out because there's a lot of basketball in this first half left, and he's already picked up 2.
Salvadelli will sit. Will Skimp will come in for the Aquinas Blue Golds. One free throw now will be allotted to Carson Arns. Looking for his 5th point. Rings in and out, no good. And the rebound went off the fingertips of Jackson Flottmeyer and Will Skimp. And the Blue Golds will inbound under their own basket, up by 5. Stutley will retrieve the inbounds pass. Mantle kicks it off to Skinner. Kick right side. No threes have been attempted here in the game so far.
I'm a little surprised at that because Onalaska, that's one of their trademarks. They like to shoot long-range shots.
This ball movement. Oh, I thought Arns was going to try a three. Stutley in the lane, gets it knocked away from behind. And here comes Aquinas with Chris Wilson.
You know, in the lineup for the Hilltoppers is Victor Desmond. Just height with height, he's 6'6".
See, like you just said right there, Chris Wilson went over the 6'11" outstretched arms of McGrath and buried the basket. 9-6. You got to figure 6'11" with his arms in the air. That's like 7'10". He just went over the top of. Blocked from behind, but that's going to be a foul. I think Jackson Flotmeyer just might have picked up number 1.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a weave that's happening out there for the Hilltoppers, and they get the pick, and then if they see a seam in that lane, they're going to go for it.
That's going to go against Gavin Wetzel with the block. That'll be his first. Team foul number 3. At the free throw line is Dakota Mantle. He'll miss free throw number 1 at the 12:54 mark, first half. Second free throw is away and good. Dakota Mantle, his first points of the contest. It's now 10-6. Largest lead for Onalaska so far is only 5. Nice backdoor cut. What a great assist that was. Gavin Wetzel now has 6, and it's 10-8.
Coach Cowell didn't like that.
I was going to say, did you see the scowl on his face?
Yeah. I mean, Onalaska doesn't get beat on a fast break very often, and they did on that one.
That was just an easy backdoor bounce pass. And yes, kids, they still bounce pass. 12:30 to go, 10-8. Backdoor to McGrath, doesn't go anywhere. Stutley went for the dunk, got it knocked away. McGrath gets it blocked from behind, Arns from behind. Arns offensive rebound, counted, and it's good. Wow, Arns just amazed me with his athletic ability from 2 parts of the floor.
He got out there, he was very aggressive, went right after it. You know, this Aquinas team in the early going here, Dan, are very aggressive. They're going right at him.
4th team foul for Aquinas. That one against Chris Wilson. That'll be his first. Arns now has 6, looking for his 7th point. And he's got it. Arns leads both teams in scoring so far. He will take a seat. Checking back in will be Gavin McGrath, the 6'11 junior. That one's going to be easily. Stutley with a dunk. Bury it. Stutley saw. Art, did you see his eyes did not leave the ball that time?
Yeah. Oh, that was Victor Desmond who came in and got that.
Or Desmond, holy cow.
Yeah. 6'6", coming off the bench. Yeah, he saw that one. He knew he had himself a great layup.
6'6" junior with some serious hops. 15-8 Onalaska on a 4-0 run. 7 points is the largest lead by either team now. Ball knocked out of bounds, going back to Aquinas. 14 fouls against Onalaska, 4 against Aquinas, 3 against the home team. Flotmeyer, top of the key to Wilson. Backdoor again, jumper is good. 8 points for Wetzel. You know, Aquinas must have seen something, Art, from the left side, because they keep attacking Onalaska's left side defense, especially on the baseline.
They do, and Wetzel, big first half already, 8 points, and he's got a lot of confidence on those short-range shots right now.
Foul goes against Will Skemp, his first, team foul number 5. It was on the floor, so the Hilltoppers will inbound. Top of the key with the basketball is Hank Olson. In the corner to Evan Gamoki, who has just checked in, a 5'9 junior. Kick to Desmond. Desmond in the lane. Nice floater. Got it to go. You know, it's one of the reasons they're number 1, Art, when you can bring a guy like Desmond off the bench who's got starter abilities.
Yeah. I mean, the Hilltoppers, you know, by the margins they've won tonight, they've allowed the luxury of a lot of kids to get in and play, and, you know, it's really developed a lot of their bench.
Coach Craig Cole with Onalaska yelling at his players, come on, let's get some D, let's get some D. Missed shot right there by Wilson. Desmond the rebound, up ahead to Stutley, good. 4 now for the 6'5 senior, and it's now a 9-point Hilltopper lead. Aquinas has been stingy so far, but the defense has to sit. Big 3 by Will Skemp. I tell you, Art Fade, they needed that one to drop.
They did. They were starting to see a spread, and they got a big 3. That helps a lot.
3 for Skip. It's 19-13. We're going to take a quick break. 10:44 to go. You're watching high school basketball on KQEG TV.
You know, the thing I'm most proud of when I think about our company is the reputation that we've been able to build in this community. Our technicians have done a great job going out and performing magnificent jobs for the customer. And our customers have rewarded us with some really great reviews online.
We have over 150 5-star reviews online right now. Our technicians do a great job out there, and our reviews show it.
We can say without hesitation, when you choose Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, you'll be glad you did.
Welcome back. Art Fay, Dan Diker here at the home of the Hilltoppers, Onalaska High School. Onalaska coming off of a Craig Cole timeout. They lead 19-13, and Art, just when Onalaska was heating up, Aquinas put out that fire pretty quick with that 3.
They did. They really needed that shot. Put them in striking distance here as the Hilltoppers were threatening to make it a big lead.
Desmond and Olson play a game of catch along with Evan Gamoki here at the top of the key. 10:25 to go first half. And Aquinas still in this 2-3 zone. Oh, look at McGrath with a finger roll in the lane. His first deuce of the game. He's got 3. It's 21-13.
Unselfish play. Stutley getting it to him and having McGrath slicing to the basket.
At 6'11", could you imagine if McGrath put on about 30 pounds over the summer?
Oh, you know, he could. I mean, he's the kind of kid that just get a little weight going, a little weight room work.
Wetzel again challenges McGrath. His shot was off the mark. Here come the Hilltoppers. Desmond in the lane to dribble drive. Out to Gamoki. Under 9 to go here in the first half, 21-13. Desmond's going to try his luck at a 3. In and out, no good. McGrath the rebound. Put back, no good. Gets his own rebound. Put back, no good. Look at that tip in by Stutley.
And that was just some beautiful work on the offensive boards for the Hilltoppers.
6 now for Stutley. The lead 23-13. That's the largest lead by Onalaska. It's 10. Dribble drive in the lane. Foul is going to go against Will Skemp. That'll be his second. That's going to go against Evan Gamoki. That'll be his first. 4th team foul.
Now this is a very young.
Ooh, no, they're going to call that on Hank Olson.
Oh, that's his second.
I didn't have Olson for any. We'll try to figure that out here as Joe Salvadelli with his 2 fouls checks back in for Flotmeyer.
At the line, Quinn Muskowski. He's only a sophomore. If you look down up and down this lineup, we'll do the double check, but I think there's only one senior on the entire lineup for Aquinas.
Well, Muskowski just buried both free throws. And that's his first 2 of the game. It's 23-15. Right side, Gamoki's going to try a 3. Rings in and out, no good. Desmond with the putback. You better be boxing out or these guys are going to kill you down low on these putbacks. 6 for Desmond, 25-15, leads back to 10.
And that's the 6th individual to score for the Hilltoppers in this first half. So they're spreading it around.
Aquinas trying to control the tempo of the ball game. Will Skemp has the ball. He's the only Aquinas Blue Gold to attempt and make a 3. Salvadelli to Skemp. Onalaska in this tough man-to-man. Dribble drive, Salvadelli gets it knocked away. With the recovery, McGrath with the block of Wetzel. Wetzel's put back is blocked again.
Yeah, he got
the Hilltoppers.
He got way down underneath, and McGrath had him boxed.
McGrath with that little bobble in the air baby hook from the right side, couldn't get it to fall. Tell you, Gavin McGrath, for only being a junior, Art, what a knowledge of basketball he's got. He knows where he is on the floor. He knows when to hit a hook with no hesitation. His putbacks twice have been fantastic. I mean, this kid's got a good head.
Oh, yeah, and they can build around this for next year when they come back. The next group of Hilltoppers.
3 ball up and good by Carson Arns. That'll be his first 3. And he has 10. The lead is now 13, 28-15, 7.5 to go first half. Art Fay, Dan Diker along with you. In Onalaska has a Lakeville North matchup that we're going to tell you about at halftime. I'll have Art give you that schedule of the Border Battle high school basketball games going on in the area tomorrow. In the corner is Wetzel. He's got 8 on the night. Here comes that big matchup with McGrath again. Got to watch the pass. Salvadelli's pull-up jumper is an air ball. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Arns. Up ahead is Desmond. 2 steps, but he's going to get called for the try. I knew that was going to happen. He had a nice dunk, but that first step was the killer.
It was. I mean, he had it there. Again, the eyes got big.
Coming back in, it's Stetley for Desmond. Sam Kick is now back in, as is Dakota Mantle.
Evan Gamoki going out of the lineup. You know, I think that's the same family that Olivia and Emma.
I remember Emma.
Sisters. Emma's playing for UWL. She's out right now. She had gotten involved in a car accident, so she had a little concussion. That got the concussion protocol going. And Olivia with the women's basketball is the point guard. And they're looking at her in a lot of D2 schools already.
Ball stolen away. Up ahead to Sam Kick. He'll go to the free throw line as he was fouled. And that'll be the first foul that is on Jackson Flottmeyer.
Well, we're taking these free throws. Another sponsor tonight, bringing high school basketball, is Blasky and Schneider Funeral Home, providing thoughtful service over 80 years with 2 locations, Caledonia Street and West Avenue. And Dan, before the game ends tonight, we have to choose a Blasky Funeral Home player of the game for both Aquinas and Onalaska.
Well, right now it's Stutley versus Desmond for Onalaska. Second free throw is away and good by Sam Kick. He's got 4. And it's now a 15-point lead. It's a 6-0 run by the Hilltoppers. Wilson across the timeline. Up ahead to Flottmeyer. Aquinas, again, that's their 3rd bad pass. No-look pass that's gone straight out of bounds. And off those 3 in a row, Art, Onalaska scored on 3 straight turnovers.
The Hilltoppers will hurt you. You make a mistake like that, they're going to come down, and more times than not, they are going to hurt.
Stutley, McGrath, basket. What a combination that is right there. 5 now for the 6'11 junior. It's 32-15. This one's getting away from Aquinas quickly. Wetzel getting ready to check back in for Aquinas on the next horn. Miskowski to Flottmeyer.
Tonight we had also the varsity reserve game. The Hilltoppers won that one over Aquinas, 69-35.
Matt Rauderman is now in for Aquinas. His first taste of the action as he gets the loose ball that was knocked away by Stutley. This one's going to be knocked away. The alley-oop is missed by Stutley. Mantle put it up there for him, and he just couldn't make it to fall. McGrath with a block. And a foul.
Oh, at the other end, I mean, that would have been a pretty play, but that takes a lot of timing.
Well, especially when you're going off the backboard like that. I mean, that thing has just got to go where you need it to go. Stutley pretty upset with himself, too. He should have buried that one all day long. So McGrath's at the free throw line. That's going to be the first foul against Quinn Miskowski. Team foul number 7 for the next 5 minutes and 12 seconds. The Hilltoppers will be in the 1-1. And the first 1-1 shot in and out, no good by McGrath. Rebounded by Aquinas. 32-15. And another ill-advised. That's 4 in a row, Art.
Yeah, those hurt. They hurt a lot. Come up with empty trips down the court.
More
McGrath.
Substitutions. Will Skimp coming back in for Aquinas. Desmond is back in for the Hilltoppers. McGrath is going to take a well-deserved rest on the bench.
Well, you know, in these Hilltoppers, I think the expectation from Coach Craig Cole is to, go 100%. When you get tired, we'll take you out. We got players on the bench that can make this work.
Stutley misses. Desmond misses. Aquinas Flottmeyer gets the rebound. 3-ball left side, in and out, no good by Skimp. Big rebound brought down by Stutley. Here come the Hilltoppers.
Kick.
Big 3, in and out, no good. Stutley with a rebound. Look at him create space. My goodness.
He is so big and strong.
8 points for Stutley. He's only 6'5", but he plays, especially under the basket, like he's 6'9" and about 2:25. With the basketball, Chris Wilson trying to find something to get his team back in this ballgame. They trail 34-15. Here comes the double team. I think Studley may have got there, excuse me, I think Desmond may have got the foul from behind. Nope, they're going to call it. Was that Mantle?
I think so.
Yep, Mantle's going to pick up his first foul. Team foul number 5. Checking back in for the Blue Golds is Salvadelli. And taking his seat will be Jackson Flottmeyer. Leaves with no points and just a foul. 4:01 to go first half, 34-15. And that Minnesota-Illinois border battle is coming up here on Lacrosse tomorrow at halftime. Art's going to fill you in on what the schedule looks like. If you want to get a good dose of basketball tomorrow, you got about 6 to 8 games. Ooh, got to watch those elbows right there. And Wilson almost flattened somebody. And looks like Salvadelli is going to pick up a loose ball foul. That's going to be number 3 for the Blue Gold's leading scorer, Art.
Yeah, and that hurts. I mean, he's going to have to come out again, and he sat down early as well just because of the foul trouble. Picks up another one, and we got 3.5 minutes left in the first half.
If you look at his body language on the bench, I mean, that was a frustrated foul that he picked up, and you'd see his body language on the bench. He's just totally frustrated. Missing the front end of a 1-and-1 was Hank Olson, Aquinas with the basketball. Onalaska is really extending that defense now. 2 ball from the right side, in and out, no good. Flottmeyer, Onalaska with a rebound. Up ahead is Olson. He'll kick it back out to Arns. 3 ball, good.
You know, and that's some really nice shooting from a 6'5" forward.
13 for Arns. It's 37-15. This is a 10-0 run. Going to get another blocking foul against Aquinas. Are they going to say it was knocked out of bounds? He first motioned like it was going to be a foul. Oh, there is going to be a foul. It's going to be the second one against Chris Wilson. Team foul number 9. And Carson Arns at the free throw line where he is 1 for 2. Misses the front end. A rebound by Flottmeyer. No help now as Desmond. Look at Desmond extend that defense as well. His arms stretch out to be about 7 foot. 2:50 to go first half, 37-15. It was close for the first 5 or 6 minutes, Art Fahey.
Yeah, the Blue Golds, when they started out, they were having some success getting Gavin inside. But Onalaska adjusted, and Gavin Wetzel has just not had much offensive punch since then.
3 ball right side, no good by Arns. Had a good look at that one. Rebounded by Miskowski. And here come the Blue Golds. They've not scored in 11 minutes. That's going to be disheartening.
That long dry spell really hurts.
You know, this is somewhat reminiscent of the Toma game against Aquinas, Art, last week. Toma went on a 23-4 run, and it was pretty much over from there. A lot of those points fueled by turnovers. Reach-in foul that time by Evan Gamoki. That will be his second. Team foul number 6. Checking back in for the Hilltoppers, Sam Kick. 2 points, 4 points that is. Just under 2 minutes to go. Another foul by Onalaska, and Aquinas will be in the 1-and-1. Another foul by Aquinas, and Hilltoppers will be in the 2-shot bonus. You know, I don't know what Craig Cole, the Hilltopper coach, said, Art Fahey, during their last time out, but do you notice that Aquinas can't even penetrate past the free throw line now?
You know, it's just turning it up. I mean, these coaches get in there and he says, you can play at another gear, kick it in, because, that's the kind of stuff that they talk about in those huddles, and let's get this going.
A floater in by Jackson Flottmeyer, his first points of the game. That breaks a 12.5-minute scoring drought by Aquinas, as it's now 37-17. Loose ball knocked out of bounds, stays with the Hilltoppers. Give you our quick stats at halftime and a rundown of A lot of basketball action here in La Crosse tomorrow. Got the state Pom and Cheer Championships going on at the La Crosse Center all day tomorrow. If you don't want to watch a bunch of high school girls pom and dance, I'm taking some basketball. Cross-court pass, 3-ball, in and out, no good by Kick. Rebounded by Gamoki. That one's going to be knocked away by Wilson. Here comes Aquinas, trying to make it a 4-0 run with under a minute to play.
You know, the Blue Goals haven't had much luck at all on the three-point round.
McGrath, his third block now, and he'll take that one right away from Wetzel. He just got simply owned.
Yeah, McGrath is just, he goes vertical, jumps up, he's got great reach, and makes it really tough on Wetzel.
Oh, did we just get a foul? Oh, Craig Cole will call the timeout just when Arns buried the three. And it's going to clock, it's going to stop 22.3 to go, 37-17. We'll be right back with the conclusion of the first half next on KQEG TV, KQEGTV.com.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department.
Delivery and setup.
Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
Welcome back. Dan Dyker, Art Fay, KQEG TV. Just about wrapping up the first half here at Onalaska as the Hilltopper boys lead Aquinas 37-17. And looks like Onalaska Art's going to set up for the last shot.
They are. They're going to bring that down. I mean, you've got about 4 seconds, and they'll start setting it up. Just checking the clock, and here we go.
Maybe Arns will get the ball back and bury a chance to hit the three that Cole wouldn't let him do it. He called the timeout. Oh, nice alley-oop baseline for Stutley in. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. Terrell Stutley averages 14 a game. He's got 10. And our halftime score is 39-17. We'll be right back with our halftime program next on KQEG TV, KQEGTV.com.
You know, the thing I'm most proud of when I think about our company is the reputation that we've been able to build in this community. Our technicians have done a great job going out and performing magnificent jobs for the customer. And our customers have rewarded us with some really great reviews online.
We have over 150 5-star reviews online right now. Our technicians do a great job out there, and our reviews show it.
We can say without hesitation, when you choose Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, you'll be glad you did.
Are you thinking of building your dream home or remodeling your current commercial space? Kirshner Custom Builders can help you make your dream become a reality. They build beautiful, dramatic, creative, functional, and efficient buildings, whether it's your dream home or commercial building. Kirshner Custom Builders will coordinate every step of the process, from land purchasing to final landscaping. Visit their website at KirshnerCustomBuilders.com and get a free guide on things you must know when planning to build a custom home or renovate a commercial space. Kirshner Custom Builders, your satisfaction is their guarantee.
Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse. This is Chelsea Lynn.
Hello.
We're Magnum. We do the morning show on the station. We're talking Valentine's Day.
We're talking love.
So guys.
I love you.
I love you too. Guys, Valentine's Day. Chelsea, is it as simple as chocolate?
And wine. Lots of wine. Like maybe an 8-to-1 ratio. 8 bottles per thing of chocolate.
Okay. So I guess it's that simple, guys. Wine and chocolate. And they'll be happy with Valentine's Day. Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse.
And we are back halftime here at the home of the Onalaska Hilltoppers. They lead the Aquinas Blue Golds boys basketball style tonight by a score of 39-17. Dan Diker and Art Fay. Art with the halftime statistics.
We do have that. For Onalaska starting off, they've got two young men in double figures. Carson Arns leads the way with 13. Tyrell Stutley has 10. Victor Desmond with 6, 4 for Sam Kick, a point on a free throw by Dakota Manuel. And Gavin McGrath, the big guy inside, he's got 5. For Aquinas, no one in double figures, but Gavin Wetzel with 8, all coming early in the first half. Will Skimp has got a 3-pointer. Chris Wilson with 2. Quinn Miskowski has 2, and Jackson Flopmeyer also with 2 points in the first half.
Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by several fantastic sponsors. Art's got another one of those.
Bringing you the KQEG Game of the Week is Battery Mart, not just for your car batteries. Battery Mart for all your batteries for your boat, ATV, motorcycle, lawn tractor, even your snowblower at this time of year. Batteries for all your warm and cold weather equipment. Battery Mart, they're located in the industrial park below Gunderson Lutheran.
All right, going to take one more quick break. When we come back, we'll get you all set for the second half of tonight's ball game and a big basketball schedule coming up tomorrow next on KQEG TV.
Tonight's basketball game features the Onalaska Hilltoppers and the Aquinas Blue Golds. We'll return with the second half of tonight's game after these messages.
I often hear from people that a bank is just a bank. Well, I encourage you to talk to our customers, our employees, or check out our reviews to find out why you can't live without Citizen State Bank. I also encourage you to stop in one of our offices, since the difference will be felt within seconds, and is why we are known to have one of the best cultures in the industry. So what are you waiting for? Why don't you stop in and check out what all the buzz is about? I guarantee you won't be disappointed.
You know Boyers Furniture. We've been in business over 100 years selling quality furniture at budget prices. But who's choosing the furniture we're selling?
We picked out sofas.
Sofas.
And more sofas. We picked out love seats.
And more love seats.
We picked out recliners.
Recliners.
And more recliners.
Dining room furniture.
Bedroom furniture.
With buyers like these and USA brands like Ashley, Marshfield, and Best, you can't do better than Boyer Furniture.
Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse, Reed and Chelsea with you. Valentine's Day coming up here, guys. Chelsea?
Yes. So, since it's Valentine's Day, I think it would be very good to say things that we love about each other. You go first.
Okay. In all honesty, you're very patient. I like your eyes.
Okay. I like that you warm up my seat in the morning in the studio, if you know what I'm saying.
Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse.
And we are back. Art Fay, Dan Diker here in KQEG TV, KQEGTV.com. Halftime of Onalaska and Aquinas. Onalaska leading 39-17. Art, well, if they're listening to the broadcast tonight, they want their fill of basketball tomorrow. I think La Crosse is the place to be.
We got a full game of day of basketball tomorrow. La Crosse Central is hosting the Wisconsin-Minnesota border battle, and Principal Joe Barron at Central gave us a schedule. Starting off at 10 o'clock, Stratford against Spring Grove. 11:30, Brookfield Academy against Lake City. 1:15, Eau Claire North takes on Rochester Mayo. 2:45, Kaukauna against Matamidi. And at 4:15, Milwaukee, Washington versus Austin. All that happening at Central High School. Then they move it over to Mitchell Hall at UW La Crosse, where La Crosse Central at 6:15 will be playing Minnehaha Academy. And at 7:45, Onalaska versus Lakeville North. All tickets are $10. They go on sale tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock at Central. And you'll get a wristband if you want to go and attend another game and moving around during the course of the day.
All righty. Great information right there. A lot of exciting teams coming here to the La Crosse area. Of course, your hometown favorites bringing in some top-notch talent to the area. Ted Knutson's down below, of course, the former AD with Aquinas. I see the entire Aquinas girls basketball team is here as well.
They're supporting their team, and you see Dave Donarski and his wife Pam here, the women's coach.
Just underway, both teams bring their starters back out. It's going to be Wetzel, Wilson, Miskowski, Flotmeyer, and Salvadelli for Aquinas. And for Onalaska, it is Arndt, Stutley, Kick, McGrath, and Mantle. Salvadelli, the only player in foul trouble for either team. He's got 3, so he's really got to watch out what he does here. Ball tipped away by Wetzel. McGrath just saves it, but gets it knocked away from behind.
Yeah, good athletic play by, out there Gavin Wetzel. He was the one that tipped it away.
Oh, look at this wide open lane. Someone's assignment fell apart right there. Chris Wilson will take the easy layup, and Onalaska's Craig Colwell. Look at him. Not only does he bench McGrath, but he pushes him off the court.
Yeah, I think he's bleeding out there, and they got him off the floor.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, now he's going after one of the refs, too, and the ref's barking back at him, saying, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they got to get him off the floor when you have a wound like that and get it covered up.
It's like one of his fingers might be cut a little bit. 39-19. Aquinas first to score here in the second half. Desmond misses his floater from the baseline, and Aquinas trying to make it 4 in a row now. Muskowski across the timeline. He'll bounce pass in the corner to Flodmeyer. He'll go top of the key. Again, Hilltoppers back into the man-to-man defense. First 5 or 6 minutes of the game, almost another wide-open layup for Wilson that time. Someone's going to be stolen away. Wilson's going to get it. Left side. Up and good. Count it. Boy, did he get that ball up in the air.
Wilson showing some of his athletic ability, getting 4 quick points and going to the line.
Foul is going to go against Carson Arns. That'll be his first. Wow, did he put that thing up in the air off the backboard. Whew. At the free throw line for the trifecta is Wilson. In and out, no good. Studley with a rebound. Looks like McGrath has his hand taped up, getting ready to come back in momentarily. It's going to be a foul against Gavin Wetzel right there. He's going to pick up number 2, hitting the wrist of kick. Aquinas Art in the first half was so aggressive offensively in the first 5-6 minutes of the game, and man, did that just go away.
It did, and I think that's a combination of, maybe they just got gassed on it, and the second thing was Onalaska tuned up their defense.
Mano with the layup. Believe it or not, that's his 3rd point of the ball game. Mano, the senior, extends the lead, 41-21, 15:50 to play. Again, Onalaska plays tomorrow night against Lakeville North. You got a time on that game at UWL, Art?
Yeah, I believe it was 7:15 or 7:45. I'll double check that.
Okay. So a couple of non-conference games buried deep in Onalaska's schedule. Lakeville North, and then later in the year against Sun Prairie.
Yeah, 7:45, and you got to take in consideration you're going to see some of the best basketball players on this side of the state and this side of Minnesota.
Yeah, and coming off of the Midwest Players Classic here, I just love bringing all that talent in this area. That's just simply outstanding. I'm a basketball fiend, so of course I'm going to like that. Studley from 3 inches off the rim is going to knock that one home. 12 for Studley. He's 2.8 away from his season average. 43-21. 14:55 to play. Dribble drive left side. Got it to go again. Man, that's the second time Wilson has challenged a Hilltopper to the hole. He's made it fall. Studley will get the foul that time, and back to the free throw line is Wilson. He now has 8.
And that's uncharacteristic we've seen out of the Hilltoppers, is to leave that lane that wide open, because Olsen, he sees it, he goes, and he's a quick kid.
Yeah, you're right. That's the 3rd time in about a minute and a half that it's been open like that, but now the 2nd time Wilson can't convert the trifecta. Up ahead to Desmond, off the backboard. Victor gets it to fall.
What great body control he had going into the hoop.
He's got 8. It's 45-23. Largest lead has been 24 for Onalaska. And again, the lane is wide open for Wilson. Goodness. The first half, already was the baseline wide open. No, Desmond can't get it to fall. Going to get a foul. First half, the baseline was open. Now they're leaving the lane wide open.
Yeah, Victor Desmond. I think he wanted to stuff that one, and then he had to adjust his shot. And so he was between a stuff and a layup, and he couldn't finish it.
And foul is going to go against Gavin Wetzel. That'll be his 4th, and to the bench he goes. Quinn Muskowski comes in for Wetzel. Wetzel leaves with 8 points. And 4 big fouls. Hilltopper shot is off the mark. Here comes Aquinas. Miskowski on the right side. Taking kick to task. Easy layup. For Miskowski, he's got 4 points now. Another shot missed by Onalaska. 45-25. Aquinas trying to get it at least under 20 points. Man, oh man, that is the 4th time, Art Fay, that Wilson has just attacked the basket right through the lane over the left side.
He's got the lane and nobody's coming over to help.
It'll be the 2nd foul against Dakota Mano. Team foul number 3. 13:48 to go in the game. Inbound pass goes to Flottmeyer. His trek was going to be shut down by Arns. Left side now is Will Skemp. Skemp has the only 3-point basket for Aquinas. Matter of fact, he's the only one to attempt one in the game so far. Nice double team trap by the Hilltoppers. In the lane is Salvadelli. He'll get it to drop. Hey, Art, that's Salvadelli's first points of the game.
Yeah, they need him to be active in that. You know, and they were going one-on-one with each other, and Salvadelli found the open lane. It had been Chris Olsen many times before that.
Craig Cowell with the scowl. His Hilltoppers will take a timeout. 45-27. We're right back next on KQEG TV.
At Boyers, we have a great selection of furniture.
At great prices.
And great personality.
We'll be the judges of that. Love seats, great. Prices, great. Personality, so-so. Sofas, great. Prices, great. Personality, so-so. Recliners, great. Prices, great. Personalities,
But I'm your grandpa. Can't you give me a break?
All judges' decisions are final at Boyers Furniture.
Please?
We are back. Art Fay, Dan Diker, 13-17 to go, 45-27. Onalaska on top of Aquinas. Some more great sponsors coming to we, Art Fay.
You bet. Bringing you the KQEG Game of the Week is Bacalar Sausage, producing quality and award-winning sausage products since 1935. Made with the finest ingredients, using recipes handed down through generations. Bacalar's products are available at your local grocery stores. Or if you're planning a cookout even in this weather, remember, a grill is not a grill without Bacalar's sausage on it. Bacalar is locally owned and community involved, and they're a fan favorite dating back to all the way to 1935.
Hilltopper coach Craig College, you see the look on his face when he called that timeout.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow, he didn't like what he was seeing.
Now, body language tells a lot.
Arms crossed. Look of disgust on his face.
Well, you know, in a game like this, you know, you got the game under control, but you don't want to get into any bad habits.
Stutley underneath, untouched. Buries the basket. He's got 14, 47-27 on Alaska. Here comes the full court pressure.
Now you can tell Stutley has got some AAU basketball under his belt.
Flottmeyer's going to get fouled. Here comes some more substitution. McGrath is back in for Onalaska, as is Gamoki. And I don't see a foul on the floor, but that's what they
travel,
called.
I think they called. At midcourt on Aquinas.
Onalaska back in control, up 20. Look at Howard going baseline off the basket after he got nailed. Victor Desmond now has 10, 49-27.
That's what these Hilltoppers do to you. They spread their scoring around. They got a number of kids who can do it.
Miskowski thought about going in the lane, had to bring it back out. He'll dump it off to Wilson. Oh, see, they've changed up who's defending Wilson now. Stutley's on him.
And not being able to get, even if he got by him, Stutley at 6'5" is going to be tough to shoot over.
Also in the lane, turnaround jumper from 15 off the backboard. Miskowski, beautiful shot. He's got 6, 49-29 on Alaska.
And that's a sophomore showing some maturity out there.
McGrath is going to get fouled in the air. Gavin Wetzel checks back in for Aquinas with 4 fouls. Onalaska will inbound under their own basket. That foul was against Quinn Miskowski. He picked up number 2 for Aquinas. 3rd team foul. Stutley in the post. Turnaround, good. That's his 3rd floater in a row where he's just hit nothing but net.
Yeah, him and Victor Desmond, boy, they got a very similar move underneath there.
26 points with Stutley and Desmond combined. Will Skemp got shut down with his dribble drive into the lane. He'll get off to Muskowski. His shot partially blocked by McGrath. McGrath on the basketball up ahead to Kick, who licks this one off the backboard. He now has 6, and it's 51-29 Onalaska. 11 minutes to go on this one.
Yeah, and he did a nice job of avoiding a charge that down there that Wetzel was trying to get.
Now, Wetzel was planted pretty good, too. And Aquinas head basketball coach Brad Reinert is going to take a timeout. Only reason he's going to take a timeout is because Wilson was being pinned against the sideline. And 10:59 to go. Take a quick break. Art Fahey, he's pointing towards you, my friend.
You bet. Bringing you the KQEG Game of the Week is Festa Mexicana for delicious, authentic, and fresh Mexican food. Festa Mexicana and La Crosse's South Side. They got burritos, fajitas, tacos, chimichangas, and margaritas in all kinds of flavors. Sit inside or go outside if you want. They cater and can host your next party or special event. Make it Festa Mexicana.
53-29, just under 11 minutes to play. Next up for these basketball teams against Minnesota, basketball comes into Central High School tomorrow to take on Onalaska. Aquinas will be taking on La Crosse Central, who's 4-1 in the conference. That's coming up next Tuesday. And tomorrow night, Lakeville North will be taking on Onalaska.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier for Aquinas. Like you said, though, after that, they may have a nice little run in front of them.
Yeah, they've really got a formidable schedule. You know, there's a 3-game stretch right there for Onalaska, Art. Toma's 4-2. Then they've got La Crosse Central 4-1. Then Sun Prairie 9-2. I mean, you want to see how good you are before the tournament? How about those 3 games in a row?
They're going to test them.
Aquinas coming off that 30-second timeout, trailing 53-29. Skemp to Wetzel. Skemp being shut down. Good defense that time by Kick. Just totally shut him out, made him stay beyond the perimeter of the basketball. Now it's Salvadelli. Only 2 points for Salvadelli.
You know, if you're going to get a 3-point shot off, you're going to have to take a quick shot on that outer perimeter.
Nice dribble drive in the lane by Wetzel. Just couldn't get it to fall. 5 Onalaska Hilltoppers in on the rebound. Being brought down by Arntz. He'll step through and bang it home.
You know, first bucket in the second half for Arntz. He did a nice job of letting that defense clear and finding an open seam.
15 for Carson Arntz. A lead back 55-29. Just about 10 minutes to go on this one. Top of the key is Salvadelli. Unbelievable. He only has 2 points. Offensive charge is going to be called.
Yeah, I think Wetzel's going to pick that one up. I think whatever he did was an illegal screen of some kind.
And Wetzel has just now fouled out of the ball game. Wetzel fouls out with 8 points, and replacing him is Matt Raudeman. 55-29, 14 fouls for Aquinas, 3 for the Hilltoppers. McGrath kicks it back out. 3-ball, excellent ball rotation that time. Sam Kick with the 3. Sam Kick with 9. And Art almost 4 Hilltoppers in double figures.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we looked at. They spread it out. They've got kids that can take the ball to the hoop. They really do a nice job of that. You know, they've got 6 young men who have, you know, scored at least 14 points in a game this year.
Sam Kick is going to be credited with that foul as Desmond checks back into the contest, as does the 6-foot senior Hank Olson. 14 fouls apiece for both teams. 3-ball is away, in and out, no good by Muskowski. That was his first attempt. Only the second 3 attempt by Aquinas in the entire contest. Backing out is Olson. He's going to reset the offense. Bounce passes to Evan Gamoki. Gamoki, the 5'9 junior. McGrath just gets it stripped right away, but standing out of bounds with it was Will Skemp. Oh, look at Coach. Shh, simmer down. You know, we used to teach our girls that, though, Art. You're 6'11". Why do you have the basketball down by your waist? It stays above your head.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Craig Cole was telling him. That one bounces off the backboard, no good. McGrath's put back, no good. That one by Carson Arntz is good. And it's now 60-29. 17 for Carson Arntz, leads the team. Stutley with 16. 10 for Desmond.
Oh, stolen away by the big guy.
Stripped it away from Scamp. Backdoor no-look pass just rolls out of bounds, so Aquinas will take it back. And they're going to send Chris Wilson back in. For Wilson, 8 points and 2 fouls. Who you got winning the Super Bowl, Art?
Ooh.
It's a tough one.
I know. I'm kind of in my heart, I'm kind of cheering for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm Packer fan all the way, but the Chiefs are just so electric. They can put up so many points in such a short span of time. Plus, the 49ers beat the Packers, so I want to see them get whipped. In the lane, Wilson, he gets that manhandled, stripped away by Gamoki. That'll be knocked away. Carson Arntz will take it back over. Cross-court pass. Up in for the 3, no good. Gamoki. Ball gets batted around. I thought it might have gone off the hands of Flottmeyer, and it did. Checking back in for the Hilltoppers, Dakota Mantle. He's got 3 points tonight. As McGrath will take a seat, 60-29, 7.5 minutes to go.
You know, and I see this Aquinas team, Dan, getting better and better because all these kids out there, with the exception of one senior, you know, are juniors, and, you know, Chris Olson, there's a sophomore. A lot of underclassmen starting and playing for Aquinas and get a lot of minutes.
Chris Wilson went right to the lane one-on-one that time. He was fouled. And Stutley will pick up his... Dakota Mantle picks up his 3rd foul. Wilson at the free throw line for 2. First left-handed shot is up and in. First made free throw for Wilson. He's got 9, trying to get in double figures with this one, and he does. 10 points for Chris Wilson. It's 60-31. The Hilltoppers in cruise control. 7:20 to go in the ball game. Desmond, let's see if they're going to see if the blocking foul was before his shot. They are.
And that was 4 on Salvadelli.
Salvadelli just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He's going to take a seat. Checking in for Salvadelli will be Jackson Flottmeyer. He's back in the contest. Andrew Sutton is now in for Aquinas, his first taste of the action tonight. 7 minutes to go in this one. Onalaska trying to go 14-1 and 7-0 in the conference. Wide open underneath, turnaround off the backboard, in and out, no good for Mantle. Gets his own rebound. That's going to be blocked from behind. Desmond's tip in. Number 1 is no good. Number 2, no good. Gets the rebound, and he'll go to the free throw line. Flottmeyer looks to have picked up that foul. Desmond's relentless pursuit to score.
You know, you had mentioned Sutton coming into the lineup and the youth of this team. He's a freshman.
Foul was on Joe Reutemann, his first, as Desmond misses the front end of a 2-shot shooting foul. Second one is up and away, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Flottmeyer. 60-31, 6.5 to play. Now, one of the keys to trying to at least stay in a ball game against Onalaska, Art Fay, is you cannot turn it over as much as Aquinas did in that first half, where Onalaska just went on that 12-0 run like nothing.
They did. I mean, they put on a little bit of full court pressure, but most of their swarming defense is really at the top of the key.
Aquinas at one span at 5. No-look passes just rolled out of bounds. Reutemann's jumper is up and good. Little help from the rim that time, and it's 60-33 to the Aquinas crowd delight. Desmond, top of the key, dribbles once, twice. Looks like he's going to be fouled on the floor first. And looks like Jackson Flotmeyer may have picked up his second foul. That'll be number 2 on Flotmeyer. Team foul number 7 for the last 5.5 of this one. The Hilltoppers will be in the 1-1. Chris Wilson will have a seat with 8 points. Checking in for him will be Will Skimp, who has a 3. Desmond has missed 3 straight free throws now. That one off the front of the rim, rebounded to the Blue Golds. Ooh, I thought Skimp was going to try to wind it up and bang another 3. Does it surprise you, Art, that Aquinas has only put up 2 3-point baskets?
Not really. I mean, they've just not done much of that all year. You know, and they really haven't got a go-to guy that really feels comfortable shooting the 3. So I'm not surprised that they've kind of been reserved at shooting the long-range ball.
Will Skimp being suffocated top of the key. Reutemann's 15-footer is an air ball. And a rebound brought down by Michael Skimp. He's in for the first time, 6'2" sophomore for Onalaska. Skimps just keep on trucking here at the Hilltoppers home. 4.5 to go, 60-33. Skimp on a nice drive that time. Rebound is by Nick Odom, who is in now. He's a 5'8" freshman. Nick, the smallest guy on the floor, and man, it was a man rebound he just had there, Art. Desmond on the dribble drive. There's the offensive charge. You know, he wouldn't have got it had he not lowered his shoulder.
Yeah, but that collision was coming, and he saw it.
First foul on Desmond. And now checking in for Onalaska, Isaac Hellickson, a 6-foot senior. Also checking in as the bench is cleared for Onalaska is 6'5" senior Austin Larson. So all the starters are on the bench. Jacob, is that Jacob Volk I just saw? Yeah, Jacob Volk, 6'1" senior, is also on the floor now. 60-33, 4 minutes to go. Let's get some of the bench players some scoring opportunities here.
And I'm sure Coach Cowell wants to make sure these guys, you know, they do a nice job out there and play like he wants them to play. And there
look at that. Hesitation shot by Jacob Volk. He banked it off the left side of the backboard. He not only gets the bucket, but he'll go to the free throw line. And Matt Reutemann will pick up foul number 2. So Volk, first time on the floor, had a chance at a trifecta, misses it. Skimp the offensive rebound. Long 3-ball from the top of the key put up by Hellickson. Rings in and out, no good. And the rebound and the out-of-bounds play goes to Aquinas. In for Aquinas is Paulie Reutemann. Art Fay.
Hey, another one of our sponsors bringing the KQEG Game of the Week is Citizen State Bank. So if you're looking to change your bank, switch to Citizen State Bank and discover how they're considered one of the top in the nation and have one of the best cultures in the industry. Citizen State Bank, an experience like no other with Onalaska and La Crosse locations.
3-ball by Aquinas is Will Skimp. In and out, no good. Also in for Aquinas is Andrew Sutton, number 10, shooting guard. 3-ball by Onalaska.
Oh.
What a stroke that was from the left side. Burying that one was Michael Skimp, 6'2" sophomore. 65-33, 3 minutes to go in the contest. Got to be able to do that. You got to be able to know what your bench can bring you, especially this late in the season heading into the tournament. You've got to be able to pick up where the starters have left off every time. Doesn't matter, Art, if it's one player or all 5.
Yeah, this game tonight, Onalaska showed their defensive prowess, I think. Because, 65 points, they could have put up, I think, a lot more. But defense was tonight's game.
Oh, what a stutter step off the backboard. What a job by Andrew Sutton. That Onalaska Hilltopper needs to go back and pick his shoes up, as some ankle breaking was on by Sutton right there. 65-35. 3-ball right side is good. What a beautiful shot that was by Nick Odom. He is a freshman, folks, 5'8" freshman. Nice touch, Art.
He did. He was wide open. He liked that shot.
68-35, 2 minutes to go. Again, we'll give you that schedule of the border battle games coming up in the La Crosse area tomorrow at the end of tonight's broadcast. Art will have the statistics for you, and we'll get you that schedule. Ball knocked out of bounds. Checking in now for the Aquinas Blue Golds for the first time tonight is Colin Conzemius, number 32. Also in for Onalaska for the first time is Quentin Mack, a 5'9" junior. Skemp left side, nowhere to go. Look at that. Even the bench players with this swarming defense are.
Yeah.
They're keeping the ball way out on the perimeter. Before the shot was put up, Colin Conzemius is fouled.
Yeah, he played a lot on the varsity reserve tonight. He's a freshman getting an opportunity to get on the floor.
Conzemius at the free throw line. The foul is on Isaac Hellickson. That'll be his first. 7th team foul against Onalaska. So Conzemius will have an opportunity at a 1-and-1.
I see his mom and dad sitting right in front of us here, too.
First free throw up and good. He will be awarded another shot.
One other person or one other company bringing us the KQEG Game of the Week tonight is Tech Mobile Software. They design mobile service and mobile financial software for business equipment sales and service organizations throughout the United States. They provide world-class solutions and exceptional service to many different industries. They're on the web at techmobilesoftware.com.
Just about a minute left in this contest, 68-36. Offensive foul is going to be called against Michael Skemp. And again, you cannot lower that shoulder. Lower the shoulder and extend the arm. It's an automatic. You know, something Craig Cowell can't be liking, Art Fahey, is the fact that Aquinas has 18 points from the free throw line.
Yeah.
That's
make
quite a bit.
That can make a difference in some of these upcoming games.
I mean, this one hasn't been close for quite a while, but still, that's something the coach does not like to see, that you are fouling that much. I think they've got 16 fouls for the entire game and have given up 18 points. Skemp thought about the three, was not there. Mike Liam is now in for the first time for Aquinas. His pass was knocked out of bounds, and the Hilltoppers will take over. 38.1 to go, and wouldn't be too hard to guess. They'll probably just try to dribble this one out. So Onalaska getting ready to extend their record. 10 wins in a row. 14-1 is their record. 7-0 in the conference. 3-ball, left side, good by Michael Skemp. He's got 2 threes in the past 2.5 minutes. He's got 6. 71-36. And again, as Art said, this one could have been a whole lot worse as Skemp gets a big block that time. Ball's now going to be picked off by Mack. And that's going to do it. 71-36 Onalaska over Aquinas. Our final score. We'll be back with highlights and stats next on KQEG TV.
Dinner tonight? Don't go just anywhere. Make it special. A fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana. Real, authentic Mexican food made fresh every single day. Quesadillas, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, and don't forget the margaritas. Looking for a place for a special celebration? Well, Fiesta Mexicana can handle groups up to 65 people. Their party planners will help you with a special menu or a delicious Mexican buffet. They can even cater a party in your home. So make it special. Make it Fiesta Mexicana on Mormon Cooley Road at the south end of La Crosse.
Welcome back from the home of the Hilltoppers, Onalaska High School. I'm Dan Dyker along with Art Fahey. Tonight's final is Onalaska defeating the Aquinas Blue Golds by a score of 71-36. The Aquinas Blue Golds on the season are going to fall to 5-10, 1-6 in the conference, but there is some daylight in their schedule coming up here. For the Onalaska Hilltoppers, now 14-1, 7-0, and Art Fahey 10 wins straight.
Pretty impressive, these Hilltoppers, including that win over La Crosse Central. That was quite a battle they had here. I believe it was on this floor, too. So, scoring-wise, Aquinas tonight were led by Gavin Wetzel. He had 10 before he fouled out of the contest. Will Skimp had 3. Gavin Wetzel had 8. Chris Wilson had 10. 2 points for Andrew Sutton coming off the bench. Quinn Miskowski had 6. Jackson Flotmeyer with 2. Matthew Reutemann had 2. Joseph Salvadelli had 2. A free throw for Colin Casimius, and they were 5 for 8 from the free throw line. For the Onalaska Hilltoppers, 3 young men in double figures, led by Carson Arns, 17. Tyler Stutley had 16, and Victor Desmond had 10. Sam Kick into the game up with 9. Dakota Mantle with 3. Michael Skimp coming off the bench and scoring 2 3-pointers late in the game, ends up with 6. Gavin McGrath had 5. Jacob Volk with 2. Nick Odom with 3 points, rounding out the scoring for Onalaska.
Our score at halftime was 39-17, and the Blue Golds outscored the Onalaska outscored Aquinas 32-19 in the second half, and our final score was 71-36. Again, the schedule does get a little bit easier per se. I mean, no game is really easy to win in the MVC, Art Fahey, for the Aquinas Blue Golds. Their next contest is going to be a tough one as they've got Central on Tuesday night. For the Onalaska Hilltoppers, they're going to be tested tomorrow night at UW La Crosse. They've got Lakeville North. And I'm going to be really watching February 14th to February 22nd, 3 tough games in a week.
Yeah, that you just got to be ready to go with it, though. I mean, those kind of games come popping up on you, and you just got to, go out there and they're part of your schedule. You know they're coming, and it just makes you a better team.
But I've known Craig Cole now for about 15 years. He's the kind of guy that if he had it his way, he wouldn't let his players look at the schedule, look at the upcoming schedule, think that they've won 10 in a row. I mean, there's a lot of basketball teams that can start going to kids' heads. Oh, man, we've won 10 in a row, undefeated, 14-1. Craig's the kind of guy that he'll buckle those guys down and make sure that they focus game by game.
Yeah, I mean, if you think you can win all your games and just coming out on the floor, somebody's going to surprise you. They're just going to come out there and they have just that extra energy and, that extra hustle, and all of a sudden you find yourself down.
Once again, we mentioned that these same Onalaska Hilltoppers are in action tomorrow against Lakeville North. And before we split out of here, Art, if you want to give that schedule again of the border battle contest games going on in La Crosse tomorrow.
Wisconsin-Minnesota border battle sponsored by La Crosse Central. We got this information from Joe Barron at Central High School, the principal there. Games in the first 5 games during the day start at 9 o'clock at Central, 10 o'clock at Stratford against Spring Grove. Then at 11:30, Brookfield Academy takes on Lake City. At 1:15, Eau Claire North and Rochester Mayo. At 2:45, Kaukauna plays Matamidi. At 4:15, Milwaukee, Washington against Austin. Then things move over to Mitchell Hall at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. Doors open up at 5:30. At 6:15, La Crosse Central will take on Minnehaha Academy. And at 7:45, these Hilltoppers play Lakeville North. Tickets are $10 for the whole day. If you go in,
that's a lot of basketball for $10, Art.
It really is. They'll put a wristband on you, and then if you go back, you can get back in for any game that you want to see. Remaining tickets that will be sold at the door at UWL if you don't make the day games at Central High School. Starting at 5:30 is when that will happen.
Onalaska Hilltoppers have won 10 in a row now. They increased their mark to 14-1, 7-1 in the MBC by toppling the Aquinas Blue Golds, who fall to 5-10 in the season, 1-6 in the conference by a score of 71-36. Art, glad to have you aboard again. We will see you here sometime soon. Hey, I was at the concert at the Lacrosse Center here the other night, and construction has started per se because it doesn't look the same in the front.
No, it doesn't look the same in the front. In the back of the house, we've got some foundations going in, and very soon you'll see pillars coming out of the ground for the foundation for the new ballroom that's coming. And tomorrow, we are still open for business because we've got the state pom and dance competition. We got at least 1,000 young men and women coming in for that competition. It'll go all day tomorrow, and it'll draw 5,000-6,000 people during the course of the day for the pom and dance competition.
Over 100 high school teams will be at the Lacrosse Center. That's amazing.
It's a big event, and we're just so glad that it's coming to Lacrosse.
Already 71-36, our final score on Alaska over Aquinas. Want to thank our producers and cameramen for helping us out here with the coverage tonight on Alaska. Big over Aquinas, 71-36. For Art Fahey, I'm Dan Dyker. We will see you next time with more high school basketball on KQEG TV, KQEGTV.com.
You've been watching the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's game featured the Onalaska Hilltoppers and the Aquinas Blue Golds. The KQEG TV High School Game of the Week is made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business. Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish, Funeral and Cremation Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Battery Mart, with batteries for your car, boat, snowmobile, lawnmower, even your snowblower. Battery Mart in the Industrial Park below Gunderson. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Blaschke Schneider Funeral Homes, serving the Cooley region for over 90 years. Fiesta Mexicana on La Crosse's south side. For great Mexican food, made fresh daily, make it Fiesta Mexicana. Tech Mobile Software, creating software for business and service organizations nationwide. Citizen State Bank, a banking experience like no other, with locations in La Crosse and Onalaska. Kirchner Custom Builders, for residential and commercial building. Call Kirchner Custom Builders. And Bacalar Sausage, making quality sausage products since 1935. Thanks for watching high school basketball on KQEG TV and KQEGTV.com. Thanks for watching Magnum.media, KQEG TV, Channel 23, La Crescent, La Crosse, and WEZY-LP, Sparta, Toma.